Third phase of moon.
Third phase of moon with big guest. We got Brent Cousins, Johnny Webb, and Danny Benton going over videos that have just come into our Facebook and photographs. And right away, we just got this one. Bobby, how does he go? Bobby E.T.Z. That's his name. Just a couple days ago in Logan County, Oklahoma. Got much more footage, including mind-blowing video. I just gave a comment out to him. Upload your video to YouTube, then send me the link, because I want to see that video. But here's a photograph. Right now, we're going to get a close look to it. And what are we seeing right here?
They look like they're sort of in some sort of formation, moving across slowly. I have seen them myself. When I saw them, they were very similar, separate individual entities, independent intelligence. But what I found is that they turned into a pillar, making an Ibani, which is a singularity of lots of orbs coming together. It hasn't quite reached that sort of phase where it's at the Ibani stage. There's still independent intelligences, but very good catch there, Blake.
Well, you know, the Ibani, I've heard of those. And could this be the Ibani? It's not my catch, it's Bobby's, but man, this is coming into Facebook real time. And Danny, what do you think of this image right now that we just pulled up?
Yeah, hi guys, I haven't talked to you guys in a while. It's good to be on Third Phase Moon. I'm seeing the orbs here, and as usual, there seems to be cloud activity around them, which is something that I've been seeing more and more of. And you know, it's an excellent photo that they've sent, that Bobby sent in, and I'm very curious to see what else that he has. Don't see, you know, I'm pretty much seeing the same thing you guys are. I'm seeing about maybe 8 to 12 orbs in the background, and they seem to be kind of in sync with those dark clouds that are above.
Well, you know, that's go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, Blake. Yeah, I was asking, the guy that filmed it, is this a morning shot or an early evening shot? Do we know what time it was filmed?
Well, I got the photograph yesterday at 11:49 a.m. Hawaii time, so not exactly sure what time that was in Logan County, Oklahoma, but I would imagine it is dusk, in my opinion.
Yeah, it looks like it. But they're very vivid. You can clearly see they're there. I'm surprised we haven't got more footage coming in from Oklahoma regarding these. But I can also understand it can be quite remote out there as well, so not necessarily the faces like you get in London that when you look up and see it.
I've lived in Oklahoma before, in Tornado Alley, and yes, it can be quite remote out there. But yeah, it's just it's a very interesting shot.
Very interesting indeed. What I like about it, he says he's got mind-blowing video coming up, and we just made contact. That's going to be the main part about it. When we see this video coming in here shortly, we're contacting him. It's been 5 minutes. Hopefully we get that footage before the end of this interview. What else we got, Blake?
Now let's get to what's been coming in over here. Two suns. Do you guys see this? We've heard of the two sun Nibiru. Yeah, so
Yeah.
Yes.
do you
We
think?
get that in England, that we call it a dog star, but with the dog star, you've generally got a sort of like a cut on either side, and it clearly doesn't show that. It shows two bright objects that are very separate. I know that the atmosphere and the clouds can sort of make illusions to give us the effect, but that clearly looks like a solid object on the left side, for at least.
I get a lot of these photographs. Planet Nibiru is coming close, and here's the two suns. And you know, if this was real, you would think that you'd get a lot more meteorologists saying, "Wow, check out this weather phenomenon," or more videos coming from this two sun phenomenon. In my opinion, could this be just a refraction of a lens or something like that, or some kind of illusion that maybe the person thinks it's two suns, but do you really think this is Planet Nibiru, Planet X? What do you guys think?
Well, this is Johnny Webb. I don't think so, and I think what we've got, the story of Nibiru, not to say that it couldn't be true or isn't true, it's just that every time we see a piece of footage with a second sun, And it's been happening now for at least 4 or 5 years. It's been in the light that there are these, Nibiru on its way approaching. But have you noticed the sun never gets any bigger? I would expect Nibiru by now to be gigantic and definitely see it in the daytime. But we only ever see it when that sun just tilts up, and as soon as the sun comes up full, that second sun disappears. Now that could be because it's not as bright or it's further away, but I always feel that if it was Nibiru, then by now it would be here, and it would be huge. We would see it like a second sun, but bigger.
Yeah, I kind of hear that. Apparently, it comes around every 3,000 to 3,500 years. So you would think you would see it coming, but you never know. Maybe Planet Nibiru, Planet X is just around the corner. Let's see what's coming in next here. Let's see. Michael O'Neill saw this while at a red light in Clearwater, Florida. Let's see if we could pull this video up. All right, we got some kind of streaking object in the clouds here. Okay. So far, he says my phone was zoomed in as far as he could, 8 times, and as it zoomed in, so he said it's flying really high. I don't know. We'll play this video over again and see what we got here. What do you guys think? You see this little streaking light? Let me tone it down here.
Okay, sorry, Danny here. Sorry, if I had to relate it to something, it actually has a missile-like shape to it. In the video, it appears to be dropping, and it's hard to get perspective as far as how high up it is, but it definitely is something interesting as well.
Are we able to get a close-up into that, Brett, so we can maybe make out something more than what we've got? I understand it's an 8-time zoom, but I know you guys are pretty good with zooming in and pulling out even more detail. For me, it looks like a high-altitude sort of some kind of aircraft. I'm not saying that it's an aircraft. At that high altitude, I would expect to see some kind of contrail, chemical trail or whatever, but we're not seeing anything at all. So it's either very low down, perceived to be high, or it's high and it's not leaving any kind of trail. And that says, well, what kind of propulsion system is it if it's not jet or turbine?
I'm thinking it almost might be a military. It looks elongated, maybe like a military drone. We're pulling it up a little bit. It's interesting. I'm almost thinking either drone or maybe the ISS, International Space Station, if it's not a UFO.
Well, I would expect it to be a lot brighter if it was the ISS.
That's true. I've seen it in person. They do light up like a bright star like you've never seen before. It's quite beautiful.
Even with this much sunlight, you can see it. You can see it brightly during, with this much sunlight.
You have to,
the International Space Station.
In a dusk and dawn environment, it would be like Venus. It would just be sticking out there, very bright.
Yeah, it sticks out like a sore thumb. But you're right, Johnny. It needs to be kind of a dawn or dusk. Exactly. Hey, Blake, what else do we got? I think we got this object. I think there's better ones to come up.
Well, there's weather phenomenon all around the world, and we're going over Facebook submissions, and this weather phenomenon, like you're seeing right here from Jocelyn Costley, today, Idaho, January 6th. We're going over photographs, evidence. I'm not exactly sure. Chemtrails, regular clouds. We're going over those. We get a lot of these, but what I'm mostly interested in is this photograph that we're just about to get to. There it is. It's from Nathan Clock, and whoa, that looks like a punch in the clouds with a kind of a jet stream. Do you see that little tail in the background of the clouds? Could this be in relation to what we're seeing in this photograph? This is kind of weird stuff, guys.
Yeah, the punch in the sort of cloud there reminds me of a couple of other punch holes in the cloud that I've noticed in Russia recently. There was one that was reoccurring, sort of showing that sort of weird shape in the middle. The top part of the cloud reminds me of a UFO or an object that was filmed a few weeks ago believe they tried to say that it was some kind of a missile program, but it looks like it's fallen through the cloud, and then this orangey type of tinge, that doesn't look quite normal. Now it could be the sun coming through, which is obviously giving the red orangey to the top part of that sort of cloud stream or whatever, and it may well be coming through the cloud hole that gives it that orange look. But it's an impressive shot. It's certainly not something that we'd see every day. But if we just take the common sense thing, well, what punched through the cloud to cause that? Now we're talking, I don't know what it is.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying is 2015, earlier this year, we received video of the exact same phenomenon, HD quality. Amazing stuff. Benton, what do you think?
Well, I would have to say that I have seen things that are similar to this with the chemtrail phenomenon, which we get bombarded with here every day. What chemtrails, contrails, what they actually are, I do not know. But I have seen different color streaks coming off of these massive crisscross patterns that we see here in my neighborhood, and I'm sure all over the world on a daily basis. But yeah, I see the orange tint, and it does look like a punch through, and it's very interesting.
I want to bring up, wait, hold on, Johnny. There's something else coming in too. Knights of the Light Cross. Recognize this, bud. What is this? Wait, it does look like a cross. Hey, Blake, pull back 1 second. I wanted to, before we get to this footage, I wanted to go with a punch in the hole, in the clouds right here.
Well, I wanted to recall, the UFO sighting over Chicago O'Hare a few years back. And it was over Terminal 2 or whatever of the airport, and seen by many people. Lots of ground staff saw it there at the airport, and it just literally punched straight up through the cloud and left a big gaping hole, and that's what it looks like to me.
It does, absolutely. Chicago that year, during that time, was one of the biggest UFO sightings. In the past 5 years, it really lit up Chicago and the United States. But that was big. But I want to talk about this new photo that we're going to pull up. You guys might not see this one, but it's a triangular punch through the clouds. And it's an exact same look. And I just want to share this with the crowd right now, just to get that out.
All right, well, we'll try and get that out, but all I know is that that's Third Phase of Moon in your face, Facebook. If you've got something to share, Third Phase of Moon Facebook's a good place to share it, or share it via our contact on our YouTube channel. It's there on the About page. I'm here waiting. I want to thank Johnny Webb and Danny Benton for joining us right here at Third Phase of Moon. Johnny, any last words?
Yeah, thank you for inviting us on, Blake. It's always good to come on and share experiences with yourselves and to go over footage. And I'm really honoured that you've invited us in today. I don't know if you know tomorrow, but we've got our special guest coming on our show, Dr. J Radio Live, and that will be Foster Gamble. So, if you get any listeners that like Foster Gamble, interested in the movie The Thrive, feel free to call in.
Thanks, Johnny. Danny, all I got to do is I got to get these videos up. Everybody keep your eyes on the skies. Stay tuned to Third Phase Moon. We'll be sharing more incredible footage from around the world. Brent, thanks a lot. Everybody keep your eyes on the skies. We're not alone. Blake Cousins.